Hi, welcome to Illuminated Tarot in your weekly check-in messages from Spirit reading. Today we're going to go through some Instagram inspiration. We're going to get some self-care tips. We're going to do an oracle reading, tarot reading. We're also going to be reading from Mark Nepo. This is a very unique reading that I started to do on Sundays. I felt called for all of us to commune together and start the week off reading the energies and also setting the intention. And this full moon, sometimes full moons, I feel wired, energized, motivated. This full moon leading up to it, sleep, rest, quiet, peace. How about y'all? Have you been feeling the call to just not talk as much? Go inward. Reflect, move intentionally, slowly. I've become a sloth. I don't know what's going on. I'm usually a rabbit bouncing around and full of vigor. And this last few days leading up to this full moon, it's been quite markedly a contrast to that. So lean into whatever you're feeling, even if it feels melancholic or you feel like you're moving through energies that you don't even know where they're coming from. You might be picking up on other people as well, not just your own energies. So let's get into the Instagram inspiration. I'm going to veer a little bit away from some of the shares that I've typically done. We're going to pepper in a little bit of that. But I wanted to include a nighttime routine that I recently adopted and I'm trying to really stick with. It's been very helpful for me, and I hope it's helpful for you. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read these quotes. Let's get started. Now, this is for the week of August 19th through the 25th, and happy full moon, y'all. I hope you enjoy viewing it. When the sun starts to set for you, it's supposed to be in its brightest, fullest, most awe-inspired viewing of I think, around 7 to 9 p.m., wherever you are in the world. So this one I found on Facebook a while back, but it was such a meaningful one to me that I wanted to share it with you all today. And I think it's just a beautiful way to connect with nature. Somewhere in the world, a tree sprouted on the same day you were born and has been growing alongside you. That just makes me feel all good inside. Like somewhere there's a little tree or maybe it's a big tree at this point. Depends on how old you are. Depends on the type of tree, right? But that just makes me feel more deeply connected to trees. All right. Now, this one is really true. And it might be where a lot of you are finding yourselves emotionally. I'm happy, hurting, and healing at the same time. Don't ask me how. So I like that because it's allowing us to embrace the blend of emotions that might be arising at this time. Joy and pain in the growth process is very real. And this is a helpful tip. Pausing before you respond is powerful because it gives you a chance to think about who you want to be in the present moment instead of letting your intrusive thoughts and gut reactions make that decision for you. So it gives you time to really make that decision instead of a knee-jerk reaction. And this one I really liked as well. We are not our age. We are our energy. Which is true. We are our energy. So these are the 5 things that I do at night. It's really initiate this. Everyone has a different sleep schedule. For me, I pretty much do this after 7:30. You want to do this about a couple hours before you actually go to sleep. I don't think that your life will be the same if you start adhering to this. It changes your intention for your sleep, honoring your body, and setting it up for success to sleep, and then also setting your intention for the following day. So the first thing is stop eating 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. That's crucial. All right. Stop eating, stop drinking anything but water or herbal tea so you can actually not have that influence you in your digestion going to bed. So that's a big one. And it's hard for some people to adhere to, but highly recommended if you can do it. Okay. So 3 to 4 hours before bed, stop eating. Now, the first thing that you want to do I like to get ready for bed, and then I start initiating these 5 steps. Disconnect from technology. That's the biggest thing. Disconnect. Put the phone away, put the computer away, turn the TV off. So like I said, I start this around 7:30. I stretch. So if you do not stretch, what we end up doing is we carry that tension in our bodies to bed, and it really impacts our sleep. So I have a program that it's very simple. I shouldn't even say program, but I follow Mike Chang on Instagram, and he has 12 stretches that he does before bed. And so I'll put the link in this video for those 12 stretches. They're pretty easy. The last one's very hard, y'all. Plow. If you can't do it, find a modification for it or do something instead of that last one. Not everyone can do plow. It's when you put your feet over your head and you kind of fold in half. So that's more for the yogis out there that know what I'm talking about and have no problem with the plow. All right. It's very good for the spine. So that's the first thing. Disconnect from tech and stretch. The second one, reflect and answer 3 questions. And have a journal beside your bed. I do this from bed. I also have a desk in my bedroom. Sometimes I sit at my desk. It depends on how informal I want to be or formal. So first question, what happened today that I'm grateful for? What happened today that I'm grateful for? And you just don't have to elaborate on that. I just write a sentence or 2. And usually while I'm stretching, I'm thinking of these answers. Number 2, what actions move me towards my goals? And you're reviewing the day. Okay. What actions move me towards my goals? And number 3, are there any changes that I can make? Are there any changes that I can make? And what I like about these is they're great because they strike a balance between gratitude and self-improvement. And I like that. It's a nice blend. All right. Now, number 3, you're going to plan for tomorrow, So those things that, when you talk about productivity, a productive day starts the night before. So the 3 biggest to-do items, you list them. So those 3 big things that you want to do. For me, I started a new calisthenics training. I'm going to do that today. The other part is like getting my job done to the best of my ability, showing up for myself. What was the other one? Ooh, self-care. So I've been also doing I have a sauna wrap. Some of you who are connecting with me on Instagram, I get in this little sleeping bag thing. You don't need to have this big, expensive, elaborate sauna. And I just cocoon in it. And so lately with this moon, it's really brought a lot of inflammation. So if you tend to have a lot of chronic pain, I suggest you heat up the body, hot showers, hot salt baths, or a heat wrap. And they're very inexpensive. You can get them on Amazon. It's a lifeline for me because I move my body a lot for my other work, and it's very helpful. So those are just 3 of my to-do lists for today. The 4th one, breathe and meditate. Okay. We breathe 20,000 times in a day. How conscious are you of any of those breaths? So then this is when I like to do this part from bed. Some of you have your pillows on the floor, whatever you do for your meditation zone, do that. I tend to my beds, I'm comfortable in that space. So I've even tried to have meditation areas in my bedroom, but bed always wins. So this is the exercise that I do, and you only need to do this a couple times to kind of get you in that frame of mind. And modulate this based on your inhalation. So for me, I can inhale on a count of 6, and that's comfortable for me, taking a deep inhalation. Then I hold it for 7 seconds, and then I exhale for 8. So I do 6, 7, 8. Some of you feel comfortable doing 7, 8, 9, or, sit with it. What's comfortable for you? I do about 5 to 10 of those, and then I calm my mind for 5 to 10 minutes. So that's my meditation. And then the last one, read, right? I think that reading is one of the best ways to slow your mind down right before bed. And if you find that nonfiction is a little too stimulating, read fiction. I'm reading The Wager right now, which I am a big fan of, what's his name? David Graham. And he wrote Killers of the Flower Moon and The Lost City of Z. And I love that narrative history type style. That's kind of what calms me at the end of the night. So I hope you enjoyed that little veer. You might want to write this down, adopt it, tweak it, follow some sort of nighttime routine. It really sets the tone for your sleep. And I'll tell you, since I started doing this, I sleep so deeply. My dreams are more vivid. I'm getting more messages in my sleep from spirit. It's been powerful. So I highly recommend having a normal nighttime routine, and feel free to comment what your routine is. I would love to learn what you all are doing as well. Maybe I'll incorporate some of that. All right, because we're here to help each other. So with that being said, now let's go into the oracle reading for the week ahead. Let's call Spirit in. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for the collective today tuning in, and for anyone who is viewing this. Okay. I'm pulling from a different oracle. I'm bringing these oracle messages through the September readings. I want to see what the major themes are for the week for everyone, what we're going to be anticipating, feeling. A little heads up here from Spirit. What is it that we're moving through as a collective, Spirit, this week in the oracle frequencies? Break free with the butterfly. Transformation. Fresh start. A lot of people are starting over in a brand new beginning. Let's do one more. I love this. Pausing. Patience. I love these. These are new for me. They're called the Akashic Records Oracle cards, and all the decks I'm using will be in the description box below. Break free. Look at that. Gorgeous. I just saw 1134. That's going to be pertinent. They wanted me to mention that number. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. You know, and that's something I wanted to mention too, is that I have felt, I've got a great group of friends. I've got family, but when I had co-parent my daughter, and there's been times lately where I have pockets where I can have time alone, and I have just needed it. So if you feel like you've had to break free and experience more solitude to acclimate to the increased energies on the planet on your ascension journey, if you're feeling weird symptoms, it's normal. All right. We need to normalize whatever we're moving through and embrace it. So this is why I wanted to bring it up, is that if you feel like you're breaking free from certain tribe members, in order to live more authentically, it's very normal at this time. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. Some of you are breaking free from certain people because, you know, it's one thing I've learned, that people who aren't ready to really live in a more conscious place, they want to stay stuck in a negative framework. We'll put it that way. And you may just feel naturally like you're pulling away from certain individuals based on where they're resonating. And it's not a judgment. It's just a matter of protecting your energy. Fresh start. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love the images. She looks so serene, full of grace, open, vulnerable. Look at that. Innocent, even. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. Yeah. New life, new vibration, new energy, new level of peace. I think a lot of us who are light workers just want peace. Just want to feel calm, relaxed, present. Patience. Look how cute that sloth is. This is what, when I saw this online, that's what led me to purchase this deck, because I just was like, oh, I just love sloths. One day I want to hug them. I want to go somewhere where I can have one in my arms. Y'all feel me on that one? You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this. Have you noticed that some of these cards are like, this isn't easy? It isn't easy. But you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. Yeah. So Spirit is saying that many of us are breaking free. We're in a brand new, fresh start. A lot of us have wrapped up old cycles, karmic cycles, and now we're moving with more intentional awareness on our path, more conscious. I know there's a lot coming up in the cosmos astrologically. That's not what I'm here to discuss. Plenty of readers out there discussing the astrology for this week ahead. But be mindful of that. Be mindful of everything that's coming up for you, of your words, of your speech, of your tempo, your pace. Try not to be rushing throughout the day. Try not to be in a state of stress around even being late, you know? It's like people will understand if you're running behind, if you oversleep, And maybe you needed to be late, right? Just allow for everything that needs to occur. Allow it and try not to put yourself in a place of shame or judgment, no matter what happens this week, okay? Let's go into the tarot portion. I love this. Break free. It's a fresh start, and be patient with yourself. Ooh, all those want to go out. That's too many, Spirit. We're going to stick with that. Yep. This is about our foundational efforts, what brings us joy. Some of us are celebrating rites of passage, whether it's your birthday or you're doing something that you do annually. At this time, it's a cause for celebration. What about this Four of Wands? Stability. Ooh, some of us are experiencing some anxiety and stress that's hitting close to home this week. Whatever is causing you discomfort, like I said, not being able to align with your personal vibration because of other occupants in the home or close relationships. I think a lot of us are taking a look at our closest bonds and how they impact us energetically. Okay, yeah. A lot of people are rising above, like I said, the negativity, rising above the mind chatter and the stress and the anxiety, the sleepless nights. That's why I was actually, this is the card of I can't rest at night. I'm not having a good sleep. And that really does impact you negatively if you're not experiencing deep, restful sleep. So there's a victory going on around overcoming anything that has been plaguing your mind lately, around maybe even some of you, your home life, you know, not being comfortable in your home, wanting to make some changes, moving, people moving in or out. There's things that, you know, the Four of Wands is either around commitment or things that are close to our own and near and dear to us that are our support. So Spirit is saying in order for you to really navigate your life more consciously, we have to rise above the things that we dwell on mentally. I'm going to put one card over this Nine of Swords. What is this stress? As a collective, yeah, we're healing the ways we tend to stress and obsess about things that are out of our control. Because what does it do? It undermines our ability to feel calm, secure, safe, at peace. We're breaking free, and we need to be patient with the process. This is a lot has to do with our ascension journeys. The Four of Swords is the light worker card. You know, this is not the time to be stressed about things that are outside of us or things that are impacting us internally. Let me get a card over this Four of Wands. Page of Pentacles, yeah. Some of you, it's about making the plans. Yeah. Overall, there's a lot of, here's the thing. Some of you get stressed out about making plans and you're like, I'm just not feeling it. Yeah. So if you have plans this week and you're just like, I'm not feeling it, really follow your own rhythm. Because I'm getting Page of Pentacles as plans that you make with the people around you. And then you're stressing because you just feel worn out. You know, if you've got to say no, or if you need to pull your energy back this week, you have my permission. You have Spirit's permission, right? And if they're truly your friends, they're going to celebrate you nonetheless and go, you know what? If you need time out, we support you. The people that I have in my life now, we make a plan, and then the day before we check in and go, you still feeling it? And if not, we don't lay a guilt trip on each other. We just say, it's all good. It's all good. So surround yourself by people like that. I really highly recommend it because you don't want to feel guilty for, making a commitment to something, making a plan, and then feeling forced to be a part of it. Your victory lies in honoring and cherishing the connections you have and plugging into it when it feels best for you. All right. So some of you are in a brand new beginning where you are overcoming. A lot of us are overcoming a very deep, deep healing cycle where we've had to take a time out. Like I said, this energy that I've been feeling lately, which I'm not necessarily a very antisocial person. I'm what you call an introverted extrovert. And I typically make plans with people and I'm pretty busy. But lately, I swear the last few months, I'm like, I just can't deal. I can't deal. I have enough I'm dealing with inside. And it's not that I'm in a negative place. It's just More of my relationship with my own inner being is paramount. And make sure that you have people in your life that understand that about you and honor that within you and support that. We need to support each other more in our healing journey, because the last thing you want is to be stressed out about the expectations of other people or trying to please other people in your life. You will celebrate and rejoice by being you. Okay? All right. I think that's enough there. Let go of the shoulds, shouldn'ts, have tos this week. All right. Let's go into Mark Nepo. Mark Nepo's reading. I love this book. I'd read from it daily. This is the book I'm reading from, the Book of Awakening. Many of you are familiar with this book. This is his older edition. I think he's got a new edition. So this has been out for quite some time. But these are daily reflections. The one for August 19th is called The Necessary Privilege. Not to feel is to stop the heart from breathing. Wow. Not to feel is to stop the heart from breathing. So often we war against sadness as if it were an unwanted germ, and pine after happiness as if it were some promised Eden whose gate is keyed to the one secret flaw we need to rectify in order to be worthy. Even our Constitution attempts to rescue us from the hard, full journey of individuation, ensuring what no government can ensure, the soul's contentment, suggesting that happiness is our inalienable right, while implying that to experience sadness leaves us somehow deprived. Yet it is no mistake that to suffer means to feel keenly, for to feel deeply and precisely with full awareness is what opens us to both joy and sorrow. It is the capacity to feel keenly that reveals the meaning in our experiences. If you are thirsty, you can't dip your face to the stream and say, I'll only drink the hydrogen and not the oxygen. If you remove one from the other, the water cannot remain water. The life of feeling is no different. We cannot drink only of happiness or sorrow and have life remain life. The truth is that as the lungs make use of the air we breathe, the heart makes use of the things we experience. Thus, to be alive is to feel. This is our right. To feel keenly is our necessary privilege. Recall your most recent moment of happiness and who opened you to it. Recall your most recent moment of sadness and what opened you to that. Let each quiet breath bring these feelings together the way rivers merge into a sea. Without trying to keep them separate, feel your happiness and sorrow merge in the depth of your being. You know, it's interesting that this came out, these messages, because I don't read this until right now. And it's interesting that I mentioned that what really spoke to me looking at Instagram yesterday when I prepare for this, I'm happy, hurting, and healing at the same time. Remind yourself that's okay. It's okay. Honor that. It's a paradoxical mess sometimes in there, but that's life. And we need both. We need all of it. All right. I love Mark for that. Thank you, Mark. All right. Let's do the final self-care exercise for the week, which is coming by way of Alex L. What is her self-care tip for the week ahead? Self-care tip for the week ahead. What is the self-care tip for the week ahead, Spirit? I feel like it's going to come flying out. Whoa! Okay. I didn't mean that. That's a little bit too flying. That's a little bit too flying, Spirit. Let's try that one more time. Got a little carried away. Spirit's playing games with me. I'm telling you, I've got some mischievous guides. We'll put it that way. Who like to be silly. There's two here. I'm going to read the top one. This is most prevalent, but there's an energy under it, which does make sense with what we've been saying so far. I trust that adversity can teach me something even when the lesson is hard. Yep. And underneath it, there's two underneath it. I trust the timing of my life. So 2 cards of self-trust. And the bottom one, letting go. I release the idea that I need to be strong today. That's the thing. It's like, you don't put on a mask, y'all. If you're having a hard time, be real and be honest with yourself, right? Some days, like I said, you're going to feel like you're bouncing. Other days, you're going to feel like you're going through a brick wall. And that's okay. That's the beauty of life. Honor all of it. All right. So this first one, the top one, the strongest energy. I trust that adversity can teach me something even when the lesson is hard. In your journal or on a piece of paper this week, make 2 columns. On the left, list anything that feels challenging for you at this time in your life. In the right column, write one lesson you're learning or have learned from the challenge. Adversity is inevitable, but if we look closely, we can see that each difficult thing we face can teach us something about ourselves, allowing us to emerge stronger and clearer. And I think that's what we're all doing. We're emerging stronger and clearer on our journey of healing. I hope you all enjoyed this message. I wanted to let you know, if you're still here with me, that I am going to be traveling starting this Friday for about a week and a half. One last final hurrah before the summer is over and my daughter goes into 7th grade. It's crazy. So I want to honor that time with family and with her. We're actually flying my little dog for the first time. I hope she does well. So I got a little carrier for her. I might post some pictures of our travels. I think I'm more nervous than she is. She doesn't even know what's coming, but she's very sensitive to noise. I got her some relaxation treats that'll hopefully help for the plane ride. It's only a few-hour plane ride. But as such, with the travel, I am going to a more remote area all next week, and I do not know what the internet will be like. So I don't know if I'll be able to do next Monday's message for the week ahead. So if I don't, I apologize in advance. I just do not have the internet available. I'm trying to film as much as I can before I leave, but in light of all these heavier energies, I've been trying to honor the pause. So, and try to do that for yourselves. Be careful over what you push yourself to produce, especially for the rest of August. A lot of us need more rest. We need to slow down. Be the sloth, all right? Be the sloth. Because you're going through a powerful vibrational shift. And try to really adapt and adopt new routines that fortify your physical body and strengthen your self-love, okay? I'm sending you all so much love from my corner of the world. Take care.